Okay, so this will be my inventory. Mainly Chris will be a mule for healing items. And I'll be playing in the veteran difficulty. The professional difficulty, in my opinion, it's a little too intense. You get into the red zone in your health from one hit only, and your health goes down really fast. And the NPC, Chris, or Sheva, depending on who you're playing, isn't really fast enough to help you. So you die pretty easily. Now here's the first secret in the game. If you come over here, you can see someone getting dragged away by two guys. If you come closer, then the cutscene will happen. But if you go over here, you're not going to see them anymore. There's just a little cool cutscene that you can see. Here's some crows that if you can get closer, they'll fly away. And here's the first Easter egg. Over there, you can see the guy with the megaphone that you encounter later in the same chapter. And he is kind of like a mini boss, I would say. And not much else to see here. In this hut, or in this house, there's some few boxes, but you can't break them yet because you don't have a knife or any guns yet. Over here, if you keep moving forward, here's some dialogue that you can easily miss. But it's basically the guy that you need to talk to tells you that you're supposed to come over here. And if you talk to the guy without your NPC or your partner next to you, then you can't progress in the story. So sometimes you have to wait for the NPC or whoever you're playing with to come right next to you so you can progress. Here you basically get your first gun. We already have our bow here, so we're just going to equip that. Now I don't want Chris to be shooting at anything, so I'm going to have him give it to me and I'm going to throw it away. Yeah, here's a box here that you can break and it gives you a random, or I think I would just give you some ammo. Here there's some crows, and you can kill them easily with the flash grenade, and sometimes they drop money. Here, if you are fast enough, I wasn't fast enough this time, but you can see a zombie walking like this toward that direction, and he'll disappear because you're not supposed to see him. But if you're fast enough, you'll be able to see him. And this box over here is always an herb, so you can grab that. And here's another one here. Usually I like to have Chris pick them up to conserve my own inventory space. And we're going to move on to the next area. Here the zombie, your first zombie encounter happens. And he always comes rushing towards Chris. So you can just kick him, and then Chris will punch him for you. And since it's in the veteran difficulty, you have to do one more time, but pretty standard.
What the hell just happened?
Here's some handgun ammo. And that first zombie, even if you kill him, he doesn't drop anything, so we can just keep on going. And this is the first part where you encounter a lot of zombies. Normally, if you're playing a new game, you have very limited ammo, so usually you skip this part. But since we have the bow, we can have a little fun. This is why I like the flash rounds. You can have some AoE coverage because you don't really have any while you're using the bow, and it's a little hard to aim, so you can use the flash rounds as a little backup. And the reason why we're killing this, because you don't have to kill them, but the reason why we're killing them is because at the near end, a zombie carrying some dynamites will, if you kill him, he'll drop the first secret jewel that you can sell. And he comes out from the right side of the screen. And the cool thing about the flash rounds, it's very versatile. You can kill those dynamite guys in one hit. For some reason, you can shoot flash rounds at them and their dynamite explodes, and you don't even have to aim at them, and it's very easy to kill them. Just a nice little trick. So yeah, the flash rounds are really good for one of those panic buttons. And here he is. We can just shoot the flash rounds and there he goes. And he dropped the gem. So we can go pick it up. And we can finish out these other zombies. Just for fun. But they don't really drop anything. And once the music stops, you know that all the zombies are dead. That's how it works in this game, and that's how it worked also in Resident Evil 4. Here's some chickens that you can kill also with flash rounds, but they don't really drop anything.
Was HQ expecting this?
Here's a hand grenade. And here's a red herb. Once the dialogue ends, we can interact with this door. And then we can keep going. Here is another hand grenade, and here's some barrels. They drop random stuff, so if you're looking for ammo, you can break them and pick whatever you need. Nothing much to say here. There's a dead guy being over there, but there's not much to do with him. What I just did was, when you're climbing up ladders or jumping off from them, you can still use your inventory to move things around or mix things like the herbs to save time.
Thanks for that.
You can also reload your gun by combining the ammunition to the correct type of weapon. Here is some handgun ammo, and Chris already picked it up, but here was an herb. Now this next part is the second wave of large amount of zombies. And this part as well, usually you run around and try to not die because you have really limited ammunition. But for this run, we can use our bow to do whatever we want. We can kill all the zombies if we want. And we also get our first mini-boss. What we're going to do is we're going to first kill the mini-boss and run around and get some items that I know are noteworthy in the area, and then we'll kill some zombies. What I'm doing right now is pushing the bookshelf to against the doors so that we can deter some zombies from entering the house. And we can just shoot them from this window over here. It's pretty fun to just snipe them. And there's that megaphone guy I was talking about earlier. We can kill him so that he will stop yelling in the microphone. Here in the house, this pile of fruit always drops hand grenades. Here's a barrel. Here's some handgun ammo in the drawer, another one here. And these two objects also have hand grenades. So normally you pick up all those hand grenade ammo and handgun ammo, so that you can prepare yourself for this big fight. As soon as a cutscene happens, that's when the first mini boss appears.
Kurt, come in. The locals are hostile. The gate is sealed, and we're trapped. We need backup, and we need it right now. Roger that.
As I'm playing this, I actually can't hear the game because I am
I just hope he gets
doing a live commentary. Whatever the software I'm using, it doesn't let me listen to the game. So if I miss some sounds, that's the reason why. But here he is. Funny thing about him is that you can't kill him until he breaks that gate. You can keep shooting at him all you want, but he doesn't die until he breaks that gate. And he's already dead, so we can pick up that jewel. And we're gonna start collecting some items. Here is an ammunition for a machine gun. The first machine gun that you get is also in this map. There's some handgun ammo, and an incendiary grenade, and a hand grenade. You can jump through this window. And here is the first machine gun. And here, this pile always drops hand grenades. Here's some handgun ammo, here's a barrel. And then we can jump through this window to pick up that herb over there. We're gonna pick it up so we don't have to wait for Chris. Here's some handgun ammo, 2 barrels. And this drawer over here also has some machine gun ammo. And then we can go out this door. Go above to the roof here. And pick up this herb here. So normally what you do is you run around trying to not get yourself killed while also using these explosive barrels to your advantage to kill as many zombies. And you can also use those barrels for the mini boss that we just killed. And it's very useful during those runs where you don't have infinite ammo or the longbow. But here in this map, the way the zombies spawn is triggered by where you are. So since we are standing over here, the zombies keep spawning mainly from that side, this side of the map right here. There's still some zombies that come out from other areas of the map, but since we're standing here, there's a lot coming from there, as you can see. But if we move to another area, then another spawn spot gets triggered. There's some videos I saw where they use this electricity thing to also kill the mini boss, and it's very, very effective because it stuns him very easily. All you have to do is drop it like the way I did, and every time he gets close to it, you shoot at it so that it electrifies him and it will stun him. Now up here, before we end this map, up here is some handgun ammo, and here's an herb that Chris can pick up. And there's a box over there, and then up here there's another strategy that you can do when you have limited ammo and you don't really have that much fighting power yet. As you can see, the zombies come from just they climb over from there or they climb up from that ladder. So what you can do is easily keep them at bay, like so.
Come on.
Now I like to pick up all the hand grenades because they are quite useful in many ways.
You take that.
I do like versatility in weapons, and all three, or all four I guess, the hand grenade, the bow, the flash rounds, and the rifle are all very versatile items. Now unfortunately the helicopter is here to help us, so we can't kill any more zombies. Alright, so we're going to move on to 1-2. I will replenish my flash rounds.
Kirk, we owe you one. You can thank me later.
And nothing much to talk about here. Here's a barrel that you can break. And over in this barrel there's always a large amount of gold, so if you're collecting gold you can pick up that. And that's pretty much it for this map. Once the cutscene happens with the helicopter, all those items that we picked up, they actually disappear. They all despawn. All the zombies, all the items, they all despawn. So that's why we wanted to pick everything that we wanted up before that happens. So that machine gun as well, if you missed it, then you aren't going to be able to pick it up. Over here is another, I'm not sure if it's an Easter egg, but it's just a little funny thing that only Sheva can do. Here's some handgun ammo. This is our first ladder that we can get boosted by Chris. And the main reason to do this, the main purpose, is for the game to tell you that you need this key over here. But another one is right here. There's a guy here punching the air. And if you don't kill him, then he scares you later by dropping from the second floor to the first floor when we reach over there. But if you kill him now, then you don't have to worry about that. Now this lady over here is eating a corpse. If you get too close, or if you aim at her, then she starts moving. Here's a guy over here that tries to scare you. Here's another guy over there eating at a corpse. Here's a barrel. Oh, and the one thing about him is that you can't kill him until he stops pointing at you and yelling at you.
Alpha team, come in. Alpha team.
Dechant, do you copy? Dechant.
Here we see the girl getting dragged away. And this guy always jumps at you and then immediately starts to charge towards you, even if you're not even within where he charges at you. Here's some handgun ammo, and this is where the guy that was punching the air would drop down and scare you. But since we already killed him, he's not going to do that. This guy over here, if you get too close like I did, or you aim at him, you put your aimer on him, he'll start moving and trying to attack you. There's a box over there, and here we get boosted again by Chris. And some zombies will start attacking Chris as soon as we jump this gap from right over there. So since our Chris doesn't have any weapons, we're going to help him by sniping these zombies. Here's the key that we were looking at earlier. And here's some machine gun ammo. Here's a box. And there's always a hand grenade right here. And there's a box right there. And then this guy tries to jump you, but not much else to talk about him. Here's another guy that tries to jump you. And right here as well. And then this pile of fruits always drops an incendiary grenade. And incendiary grenades are pretty useful later on. Here's the first round of shotgun shells that we can pick up. The shotgun is really popular, but I actually don't really like it. But it is very useful, especially in professional mode. Here's the first emblem. And here's a barrel. Usually, this barrel drops a random item, but we got lucky and we got an herb, so we're gonna have Chris pick it up for us.
Come on.
Okay.
I need a grenade.
Take this.
I need ammo.
Take this.
And over here is a first aid spray. We're gonna have Chris pick up as well. And here there are two zombies that try to scare you. You should kill the lady first because the male does not carry a weapon while the lady has a knife in her hand. So the ones that don't carry a weapon are much easier to deal with. And we're gonna move on. And we get our first shotgun here with that key that we picked up earlier. Without that key, you don't get the shotgun, so make sure you get the key. And here's a box here. And not much else here. Here's a barrel that we can break. And we can move on. Here we fight Allison, the blonde girl that we saw earlier. The easiest way to kill her is to slit her throat. But since she's not cooperating right now, we can't really do that. Yeah, she keeps falling on the floor. She has to get on her knees for us to do that specific melee move to kill her instantly, but since she kept falling on the floor, we can't do that. But that's the first Cephalus they encounter in the game. They have a lot of health, so it's pretty hard to kill unless you have a flash grenade or flash rounds. They do die instantly. Now, usually we don't backtrack in this map like I just did, but I like to do that because I find the zombies easier to deal with this way. Otherwise they climb over that fence and they take a longer time to climb over the fence and kill, so all I do is just backtrack so that we can kill them. Over here, some zombies will spawn right over there, so I just throw some hand grenades to make it a little easier on us. And here's a lock that you can break, but it doesn't really do anything. It just takes you back to where you were, and then here's some barrels. And we can go to the next area. Over here, we will encounter our first Uroboros. Here's a little funny thing that you can do. This stream of ooze, you can douse yourself into it. And here's a corpse that falls on the ground. There's a box over here, and there's some crows over here that you can kill instantly with the flash rounds. It looks like they all flew away already, but usually there's some crows here that you can use to kill them all. And here is your other emblem. And some barrels over there. And if you jump this gap over here, there's a hidden chest. And all it gives you is gold, but if you need gold, then that'll be useful. Over here, you get some handgun ammo.
We gotta press forward.
A box over there and a box over here. And not much else. We can move on to fight our first Uroboros. Now Uroboros is weak to fire, so
Come on.
those incendiary grenades that we picked up are really useful. But since we have the bow, we don't really need them. But over here is a little trick. You make Chris go on attack mode so that he starts collecting, breaking in the barrels and collecting items. Well, we go to the furnace room and we pick up the key. And usually when you pick up the key and Chris is with you, you have to walk all the way back to this room. But to trigger this cutscene, but since Chris was already there, we don't have to. You can skip the walking back part. It's just a little time saver. And here's the boss. We can attack him right now, but as far as I can tell, you can't really kill him. But if you have a rocket launcher, then you can kill him before he enters this room. And the way to kill him is you shoot his arms off by shooting the orange connections that he has that you can see. I just shot one of his arms off, so that's why he's a little stunned. And his movement gets much slower, as you can see. And once you cut off both of his arms, he turns into this pile of goop, as so. And you can really start shooting at him. The other way to kill him is using these gas tanks. You can get them on the floor and he'll gobble it up like that, incorporate it into his body, and then you can shoot the gas tank so he turns into that goop again, and you can start shooting him. Now because we have the bow with infinite ammo, this is pretty doable, but without a strong weapon and infinite ammo, this part gets pretty tricky, especially on veteran difficulty, because they have more HP and more damage. So the other way to kill him would be to use the furnace, trap him into that room, and activate the furnace with that switch that you see on the left over there. But if you kill him like that, he actually doesn't drop the jewel that he would drop if you kill him with bullets. So that's why we killed him. And we can pick this up now. But on amateur and normal difficulty, if you use the furnace, then he dies in one furnace attempt. But I believe on veteran and professional, he doesn't die in one hit. So you can use the furnace to really damage him, and then use the method I just used to try to kill him with bullets, so you can still pick up the reward at the end. I forgot to mention that there are some items and herbs in that room. I think Chris already picked them up. Here's some handgun ammo. And here's your other emblem. And we can move on. But when we don't have the longbow, what you can do is use those incendiary grenades to really damage him. And he'll die easier than just shooting at him all the time. Now we're going to clear some inventory space because we have a lot of healing items. And every chapter that's finished, I usually restock on flash rounds. And here, on this map, there's just a bunch of items that you can pick up. There's a barrel over here. And here's a box down here. Here's a chest with some goodies. And here's the anthem. And here's some rats that you can try and aim to kill, but they do move fast and they are a small target. So a fun way to kill them is using the flash rounds again, like the crows. And sometimes they even drop money. Here's your second machine gun of the game, and some barrels over there. On this map, if you don't have the bow, this guy, you can shoot at him and he'll actually fall and hit this bomb. It's just a funny way to kill him. This guy over here will try to scare you. And this map is a little strange because Chris always tries to move forward, move ahead of you. I'm not sure why he does that, because it's pretty annoying, because then he attracts all these zombies. He almost got hit over there. Or if you want to have him pick up something, you have to keep calling at him for him to come. But here are some barrels. There's a box over there. And here's an herb here. So we have to call him to have him pick it up for us.
You take that.
Okay.
Over here is another bomb that we need to... right over here. And here is a first aid spray, so we're going to call Chris.
Okay.
Have him pick it up.
You can have it.
Roger.
And here we encounter our first dog zombie. We got lucky there and actually shot him before the cutscene was triggered. But he can instantly kill you pretty easily. Those zombie dogs. These dogs don't have their heads split open, so they're not as menacing, but they are annoying to hit and kill. The dogs are really easy to kill if you have a shotgun, but we don't have that, so. Here's a zombie that tries to scare you. Over here we encounter our first big zombie. He's right over there pointing at us. He's actually not hard to kill. Because he gets stunned pretty easily. Now here there's some dogs up here as so. And they always jump from here to here. So what I like to do is I camp them until I think it's 2 or 3 that jump from here and go to here. And like I mentioned earlier, they are annoying to kill because they move around pretty fast. So that's why I camp them so that I don't have to deal with them the harder way. And I think that's it. And there's a crossbow guy. There's some barrels over there, and that's pretty much it. The big zombie drops this jewel, so make sure to pick that up. And then we can move on. This box on the right always has a red herb, so make sure to pick that up. And then here is a truck that tries to run you over. Now, we use these explosive barrels to stop it. I was a little too late. The timing is really important, but I was a little too late there, so. But you have to explode the barrel right when the truck is next to it.
You take that.
Roger.
So this is why I use the rifle, because I can miss with the bow and we'll have to redo it again. So we got it this time. And now these zombies are pretty easy to deal with. You just have to use the exploding barrels. Be careful though, because the crossbow guys are there as well, and they can shoot you, and it's pretty annoying while you're trying to snipe these zombies, and they snipe you back. And here are some barrels that you can break. And there's a barrel over there. And here's your other emblem. Now we're going to encounter some dogs. And what I like to do, since we don't have a shotgun, I like to throw the hand grenades first, so that we don't have to deal with them. And I think that's it. And here are some boxes that you can break. One over here, and the other one over there. This next area, we encounter our first flying enemies. They're pretty easy to deal with if you have a flash round. Otherwise, they're pretty annoying because they can strafe. They can move from side to side as soon as you aim at them. But here's a hidden gem. But I'll show you what I mean. So once you get close to them, to the zombies, See what I mean? They try to move away from your aim. So using flash rounds, they die pretty easily. Now this guy, you have to really get close to him for him to activate. And even when he does, he sometimes just sits there, or stands there and doesn't do anything. But this time he actually started to move. Here's a lock they need to break. Here's some more rats that we can kill. There's always 3 rats right where the ladder is, so we can kill them. And there's the gold. This area, the next area is a little tricky. Some zombies start spawning as soon as you get close. Right there. If you don't kill him, we just missed it. If you don't kill him, then the big zombie, the fatter zombie, he spawns later. So if you do kill him, then he'll drop a jewel. But since we missed it, we'll have to deal with the harder zombie later. But that's like a little trick that you can do if you want to make it easier on yourself. Here's a jewel hidden in the water. And here's another trick here. Here's a zombie silently banging on the gate. If you kill him now, then you don't have to deal with him later. He actually will be waiting for you later on the boat over there. Here as well, there's 2 that spawn as soon as you get close. There's one right there. And there's another one that will come out right now. These 2 as well, if you don't kill them now, then they come out later. And you have to deal with them. It's better to deal with them now because later, after the cutscene happens, then you have to deal with a whole bunch of other zombies along with the ones that we just killed. Chris just picked it up, but the pile of fruits over here always drops a hand grenade. And it's important because to access the other jewel in here in this map, you have to use a hand grenade to break these huts, and you can access this chest. This pile of fruits always drops shotgun shells. And here's a red herb. Here's a lock on this door. Now I always leave this lock unbroken because if you break it, the zombies that spawn in this area can ambush you into in this house over here. So I try to leave it on because it makes my life much easier later. But here's an emblem, and up on this roof there's another gen all the way over here. And once we're done with that, we can jump into this window. And this fellow fruit always drops ammunition. And here's the key that we need to progress. Now, all these zombies start spawning, and since we left this door locked, they can't come in. They can only come in from that window.
Help here. Much appreciated.
And it's much easier to deal with them. And since we killed those other zombies earlier, before the cutscene, one would have been coming from that way. But since we killed him already, he doesn't. And this is the fat zombie that I was talking about. He wouldn't have shown up had we had killed the first zombie that we missed. And normally there will be a crossbow guy standing over there, but we did kill him earlier, so we don't have to deal with him. And usually there's a zombie that comes behind us over here. And we can keep moving forward. Here's a barrel that you can break. And here's 2 more. And right now there are no zombies there in the distance. But once you get closer they start spawning. There's a whole bunch of crossbow guys, so I like to just snipe them so that we don't have to deal with them. But this is why I keep a reserve of rifle ammo, because it looks like I have a huge stack, but I can use them up pretty quickly. Here is an herb.
Come on.
Roger.
There's a whole bunch of herbs on this map, which is nice because there are a lot of zombies that come here. So we're probably gonna need them. There's a zombie there that throws Molotov cocktails. Right there. The cutscene that just happened shows Kirk on a helicopter, and he's supposed to be helping you, and he does, but he can also hurt you. He can also fire rocket launchers and hurt you. So you have to be careful. And the reason why I liked sniping the zombies earlier, before Kirk shows up, is because if zombies are near you, he will shoot that rocket launcher no matter what, and you can die. Here's another herb. And an emblem. And as soon as we approach
I need a grenade.
that door, that red door in the distance,
Use this.
a lot of zombies will show up. So what I like to do is throw a hand grenade to make it a little easier on us, and then we can deal with them. That crossbow guy is being a little silly. He's doing the default animation where they don't know where you are, even though we're right in front of them. And this one zombie is always going to show up from behind you, and he always turns into this flying thing. But like I said, Kirk just fired a rocket launcher at us because a zombie was right next to us. So that's why I don't really like having him around. This pile of fruit sometimes drops incendiary grenades, but usually it's rifle ammo because you get your first rifle right over here. So once we pick that up, we're pretty much done with this map. The next map, it's a lot of zombies again. But before that, we pick up some items. Right over here, there's a zombie that starts banging on the window. And there's 3 in this little house. So there's the 3rd one. And here's a box that Chris just broke, but there's a box on this car. And here's a handgun ammo. Not much else in this house. Here's an herb.
Come on.
Okay. Thanks for the help.
2 boxes over here. And then we get a cutscene and some flying guys to deal with. And we can get boosted over here. Now, getting boosted here means Chris is vulnerable, so we have to make sure to cover him. But it's nice to come up here because there's a whole bunch of ammo here. This guy always turns into the flying thing, so make sure to get that before it starts flying away, because once it's flying away, then it's harder to deal with. I'm gonna help Chris over here. Here's some handgun ammo. Here's a box. And some machine gun ammo. Here's a barrel over here. Here's a guy that kind of just stands there until you get really close to him. As you can see, Chris is right over there, and he's not moving. He always drops a red herb.
I need ammo.
Use this.
And here's another green herb.
Thanks for the help.
And here's another guy that won't move unless you get really close to him. So you can just snipe him. Here's another red herb. Here's another zombie that you can snipe before he charges at you. And this door is locked over here. And normally we'll have to boost Sheva from the 3rd floor to that building right across, and she'll have to fight her way through zombies to go down to the ground floor and open the gate, destroy the lock and open the gate for Chris. And getting separated in this game is a little dangerous because you can't heal yourself. So what we can do is pick up these hand grenades and do a little trick. We come over here, we aim at the animal health sign, and we bounce it off from that sign. If we get it right, the lock would have been blown off by the hand grenade, and we can now open the gate. So that's a little neat trick to avoid a dangerous situation. Up here is some handgun ammo and an herb. And here is an emblem. And now we can get boosted here. This is where you normally would go through. And then a whole bunch of zombies will spawn, and Chris would either try to help us by sniping them, but here you can use an exploding barrel to kill a whole bunch of zombies. But a lot of them show up, including crossbow zombies, so it's much easier to deal with them without dealing with them by using the trick that we mentioned earlier. Here, sometimes zombies will spawn over here once you're in this area. Yeah, right over there. And they also come from over here. The way they jump is pretty comical, but here's a hand grenade, and then we encounter our first chainsaw boss. Here's an herb. The chainsaw guy is pretty tough. With a shotgun, he's actually much better. Or we have the longbow here. We can also stun him with the flash rounds, which can be used like a panic button. Once he falls down like that, he's not dead. You can tell because his chainsaw is still running. But once he falls, the zombies stop spawning. Otherwise they keep spawning and they try to annoy you. But once you pick up this key, he'll wake up and you'll have to fight him again. And he starts going crazy, swinging the chainsaw around like that. What you can do is use your flash rounds to stun him, which makes it so much easier to deal with him. So once he falls knee first, that means he's actually dead, so we can move forward. Or you can just completely ignore him after you pick up the key. Pick up these jewels and just move on to the next area. Yeah, you can completely skip that part because it's pretty hard, even with a shotgun, because to stun him with a shotgun you have to be pretty close to him, and since he's swinging that chainsaw around, you can't really get close to him without getting almost dying. Here's an herb over here, and some crows that you can kill with the flash rounds. And some more crows. If you're into bird hunting, you can kill some birds over here. There's a lot of them, so. But you can't really collect their loot because the next area, as soon as you enter, it's a cutscene. I chose the option to skip the button mashing mechanic. I forget what it's called, but I don't really like it, so I just turned the option to skip it. I believe it's not available on the PlayStation 4 version of the game. I'm playing the Nintendo Switch version, so I got lucky. Now that was chapter 2-1. We didn't get the S rank because we died once, and we took too long to complete the level. But if you're looking at getting points, if you're farming for points, then make sure not to die and make sure to not kill all the zombies so you can finish the level much quicker. The next area is the mines. And I really like this part of the game. I'm not really sure why, but it's pretty fun. And here on this next map are a lot of tricks as well that you can
Sheva, you know where the
use to make your life easier.
Station. Not too far from here. Follow me.
But yeah, here's an herb. And these bottles, you can break them. And here is some handgun ammo. And over here, there's a bomb over there. But before you destroy it, what you can do is you can get close to spawn the dog zombies and then destroy it, because then you can use the bomb to kill them, or at least some of them. And then once you come here, more zombie dogs spawn. So go through this area quickly to climb up on these platforms, because the dogs can't really reach you once you're up here, and you can really easily dispose of them. I really don't like the dogs in this game. They're really, really annoying. Especially if they turn into that form, I forget what they're called, but they get more life and they can really easily kill you. And here's a jewel here. And here's some zombies that we can kill. They usually turn into these flying things. Sometimes they don't. It seems pretty random. And you can actually kill those, I think they're called condors. You can kill them. And if you kill them where you can walk up to, I think they drop some gold, but we can't access that area right there. But there's always two of them, so there's another one over there. Down here, there's another jewel. Right here, and then over here there's some machine gun ammo. And up here is the emblem. And there's a last zombie over here that we can kill. And here's some pile of cash. And we jump over here and don't make sure to get this bomb. It's sometimes hard to see and people get scared. But here, usually you jump onto this cart from over there. And then you have to deal with these bombs that could hit you and damage you. I can't. Oh, there's one right there. And then there's another one somewhere around here. Yeah, right there. So now we can go down. It's a little trick that you can do to make your life easier, since the cart is moving. It's hard to aim, so. And once the cart stops, you can jump off. And if you are collecting gold, then here's a pile of gold. And we can move on. Now this part is the mines, and the GPS doesn't work, the map doesn't work, and one of us has to carry the flashlight.
You take that.
So we'll have Chris carry it for us.
Okay. We only have one left.
Or you can carry it, and the NPC Chris will kill everything, but since we are doing all the killing, we'll have Chris carry it for us. here is a red herb.
Okay.
And here is an enemy. Once you hit the water, there's an enemy here. And he always turns into a cephalus. So just be careful with that. He's right there. He doesn't see us yet, but as you can see, he turns into a cephalus. Here's another zombie that won't come at you until you get too close. Here's another one down this corner. Yeah, he hasn't seen us yet. And then these two boxes always drop flash grenades. So I really like flash grenades. They really work really well, just like what I did, like panic buttons.
Roger.
So I really like them. So for sure I'm going to pick them up. And here is an emblem. And there's also a jewel on the wall over there. And if you shoot at it, it'll drop. And these guys will come running at you as soon as you get too close. So what I like to do is use my hand grenades to blow them up. And always at least one of them turns into a cephalus. This time we got unlucky and I guess two of them became.
Okay. Thanks for the help.
I need ammo.
Roger, use this.
You can have it.
Roger.
So here's that jewel that we got. Here two guys drop from the top floor. We'll get closer to have them come up, and then here are some barrels, some handgun ammo. Over here, this box, I think it's this one, there's always a snake. Actually, it's this one. So you can use your flash rounds to kill it, and you can pick up an egg. Sometimes it's a brown egg, sometimes it's a white egg. And it's the same mechanic as from Resident Evil 4. White eggs can heal you for a little bit. Brown eggs heal you a little bit more, and sometimes it can be gold, and that heals you completely. Here's a zombie that doesn't attack you until you approach it. And he dropped us an herb. It's pretty cool. And here are some barrels. And down over here is a little secret area where you can get your opal. And this one is also a snake. Sometimes if you kill it like this on the edge, it won't. The game can't register a loot system, I think, and it doesn't drop you an egg. So unfortunately, we didn't get an egg that time. And over here, we'll have Chris crank this. We're done with the flashlight, so we can leave it behind. And as soon as you cross this line, he'll drop the gate, and some zombies will spawn behind him. So we're gonna help him kill them. It's always 3 zombies, so gonna wait for the third one here. There he is. Okay. And now we can go over here to this crank to help him get through. Once he's through, you can drop it. And once he gets close enough, then that cutscene happens, showing you all these zombies are spawning. What I like to do is come back here. I like to kill zombies. That's why I'm, in this video series, I'm killing them all. But you can skip them. A lot of these zombies, you can skip them. And that's what speedrunners do. You just skip them. But yeah, they keep spawning here, so the best way is to stay back here and have them come at you rather than hunt them down, because they can spawn from behind you and they're harder to deal with. There's a guy up there with a dynamite. Some more zombies. And once he took care of that, we can snipe these other ones. There's another one up there. And the last one is over there. Here, there's always a flash grenade. So we're gonna have Chris
You can have it.
pick that up for us. And we can climb up the ladder over here. Here's a barrel over here, or two barrels, and here's a hidden gem. Right where that circle is. And we can go up this ladder. And there's an herb over there, there's a barrel over here. We're gonna use one of these so that we can heal ourselves. And then here's a barrel over here, and you can destroy these skulls for fun. And there's not much else noteworthy. There's some barrels over there as well. And here's a dynamite zombie. And then there's a jewel here. Now this part, 2 crossbow zombies and 1 dynamite zombie will be waiting for you. This part's actually pretty difficult, unless you have a flash round. And it's difficult because these crossbow zombies, usually their aim is not that good, but these guys, they tend to hit you. So what you can do is use flash rounds or flash grenades to stun them. And kill them one by one. But since I have the flash grenade launcher, the dynamite zombie exploded. So he took care of himself and the other crossbow zombie. So we only had to take care of one. Here's an herb and some rifle ammo. The reason why the game gave us rifle ammo is because we are about to use the rifle a lot. Here, we run up here and we try to kill this guy before we can't see him anymore. And the reason why is because otherwise he will come up behind us and annoy us. We have to make sure to kill these guys that are trying to use the turret Because once they're on there, it's hard to kill them since all these bullets will be flying at us. So a few of them will try to access it, but all we have to do is kill them before they try to do that. And here's the last one. And up here, there's a crossbow zombie and a dynamite zombie. But we're gonna conserve our ammunition here because we're gonna need a sniper rifle a little more. But here's a Dragunov hidden in the locker, and here's an herb. Here's some handgun ammo. Over here, there's a hand grenade on this truck. And around here, there's a jewel hidden in the chest. Here's a red herb. And here's some more rifle ammo, and here's a porta potty, which is pretty funny. The zombie comes out angry at you for disturbing him. And now we can kill the crossbow zombie that we saw earlier, and the dynamite zombie should be somewhere. Oh, I see him. In this hut, there is some ammo, and up here, there is a jewel, and over there, we can see the emblem is over there. We have a better view of it up here, but before that, we're gonna kill the dynamite. Right over there. So after we get everything, we can climb down here, and then a cutscene happens. Just showing us that a whole bunch of zombies are coming on our way. You can see them all spawning and coming over here, and we can see them. They spawn a lot from that hole over here, and a lot of them are just waiting for us. And the best way to deal with them is sniping, because they're all dynamite zombies and they can throw dynamites at you and make your life much harder. But we're gonna conserve our ammunition here. Wait for them to get a little closer so it's easier to aim with the bow. I like to stay in this spot over here because it tends to make it a little easier. Since you have a little bottleneck over here. Okay, so after this guy we can keep sniping. There's a guy right over here. He really blends in well with the background, so make sure not to miss him. And once you start killing these guys, more of them will spawn from that hole. So take care of them one by one. And as you can see, we're running out of rifle ammo pretty quickly because that's just how the rifle is. But yeah, as soon as you kill them, more will spawn. But eventually it will stop. And again, you don't have to kill these zombies. I just like killing zombies, so. But you can brute force yourself way through here, skip all of them. It is a little dangerous because they are going to be throwing dynamites at you everywhere, but technically you can skip them. And move on to the next area by completely ignoring them. And I believe that's all of them. Again, I can't hear if the music is over or not because I'm using the commentary feature of the video capture that I'm using. But you can tell if you've cleared all the zombies once the music stops. And over here, you can get boosted by Chris from over there, from down there. But I like to stick together so that we don't. But here's some machine gun ammo. And here's some rifle. And again, you can skip all the zombies and perform this task really quickly so that you can ignore all of them. Here's a hand grenade. Here is an herb. Shotgun ammo and some barrels. Now this is the first, I forgot what his name was, but here's a boss. And the way you usually deal with him is using landmines to try to drop him to the ground. But what we can do is make our life much easier by using flash rounds to drop him like this. And the only easier way to kill him is like this, by dropping him on the ground and stun him. And he starts squiggling like that, and you can start shooting at his underbelly to kill him. But the other tougher way, the intended way I guess, is to use those landmines to lure him around to them, to make him stun like that and to start shooting bullets into his underbelly. And the landmines are all over the place on that map. The next area is the Savannah area. We're gonna skip that part because it's pretty self-explanatory. You just use your bullets to kill the motorcycle zombies. And the boss is also self-explanatory. You just kill him with your bullets. So we're gonna move on to the swamp area. This area is also one of my favorites. There's a lot of secrets. But we're gonna carry some extra ammo here. And for this area, I use the better scope. The rifle with the better scope. And the reason is that there's an emblem that is hard to aim with just the Dragunov or the other rifle. We need that extra scope to really be able to aim at it, because it's really far away. If you were playing multiplayer, then you can actually approach that emblem, and you can just use your any handgun or anything to get it. But here is that emblem over there, It's on that pole. So what you can do in multiplayer, you can actually use the boat and have your partner or yourself, whoever's not driving the boat, to go up to that pole and you can just shoot at it. But since we're not doing multiplayer, we'll have to use the rifle. Here's another jewel here. And here's your first tablet that you need. Here's a jewel here. And not much else noteworthy here. So since we're not playing multiplayer, we'll always be the one driving the boat. That's the reason why we can't just go up to that pole and hit the emblem by ourselves. Now over here, we have to start collecting these tablets. The first one was a freebie, but the other ones we have to go through our way to get them. Now here's a secret ammo, machine gun ammo here. Here's some handgun ammo here. And the NPC Chris will just pick it up for you as soon as he gets close to it. Here's some handgun ammo. And some rifle ammo over here. And all the way down here there's an herb hidden. And the last hidden item is over here. It's a jewel on this tree where these purple flowers are. Now on this area, once you trigger the spawn of the zombies, a lot of them come out. So what I like to do is go back to the boat, near the boat, to make it much easier to deal with them, because otherwise a whole bunch of them will come from behind you, from left and right. It's much easier to deal with them like this. So we're just gonna have them wait for them to come at us. Yeah, they come out, they spawn from the waters, and then they jump onto the docks. So they come from all over around you if you're standing over there. So it's much easier to just stand over here since they don't spawn from there. And since we have the bow, this is much easier to deal with, but I will be doing I'm planning on doing another one of these runs without the bow, and it is much harder to deal with them if you're using conventional, like a handgun or a machine gun to deal with them.
Okay.
But we're gonna clear some of his inventory since we don't need these.
I need ammo.
Use this.
But once the music stops, you know that you've cleared all the zombies, so we can pick up this. And pick up this herb. And again, you can break these vases to pick up some items. Nothing much noteworthy here. You just have to pick up the tablet. And we can move on. But again, you can actually skip all those zombies that just spawned by running your way to the tablet and running back to the boat. Once you're on the boat, you're safe. I didn't realize he was still alive. But yeah, I can just show over here that once you're on the boat, he doesn't despawn, but... Or actually, yeah, he does. Oh, he's still over there. But yeah, he can't approach us, so... That's just another way to play the game. If you don't want to kill them and you want to just move forward, you can skip all those zombies. Oh, and one thing I forgot to do is we have to give Chris a weapon so that he can deal with the zombies. So we'll give him the rifle.
Much appreciated.
And have him shoot down those zombies so that we can move forward. Because they trap us in. So what we can do is come here and have him shoot them down. He has really good aim, so we just have to wait for him to shoot them one by one. And the main one that he has to kill is the one in that hut over there. As soon as he kills them, then we can move forward. So technically we can skip those crossbow zombies that we killed first. And then once the gate opens, we can just run these guys over. We don't have to wait for Chris to kill them for us. Now we're gonna go through here. There's some zombies up there, but you can skip them to conserve ammo. This area, there's a lot of alligators that we have to dodge. And we can actually kill them with weapons. But it's pretty dangerous. They can kill you in one hit by gobbling you up. So the best way is to just run around from them. Grab that jewel that I just did on that tree, and grab this ruby over here. And we can just keep going. We don't have to worry about Chris. He doesn't get eaten by them. And here are some zombies just chilling on the attic. They don't start moving unless you point the aimer at them, or you move inside, hop inside the house. Here's an egg.
You can have it.
Okay.
And here there's a zombie hiding. He also doesn't move unless you get too close. And here's the tablet that we need. And again, this part as well, if you just want to skip all those zombies, you can. Just grab the tablet and go. That's pretty much for this area. We're gonna wait for Chris to come. And the next area is also pretty fun. A lot of zombies will show up. And this area also has a lot of hidden gems as well. So here's one on that skull. And here's another one right here. And in this hut there's usually a chicken. And if we wait long enough, then they can lay an egg, but we'll just kill him just for fun. And then over here, there's some vases that you can break over there and on the other side as well. Here's a jewel that we need Chris to get. And then this one is where the tablet is. And as soon as you pick up the tablet, the zombies will spawn. So be prepared.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, not much to say here. You can just snipe them from up here. Or if you have a shotgun, then it makes your life easier by just blowing them away. Now, as soon as you approach here, more of them will show up. So what I like to do is start throwing my hand grenades to deal with them. One of them turns into a Devalia. Maybe, yeah, right there. So those things are pretty dangerous. They can kill you pretty easily, but fortunately you can kill them easily as well, as long as you have a flash grenade or flash rounds. Or the other way to kill them is hit their tail. The red part of their tail is their weak spot. You keep hitting their tail and then they'll open their mouth, and their mouth will be their other weak spot that you can start shooting at to kill them. But again, I think it's just much easier to use flash rounds because they instantly die. Here is a hidden jewel. Keep an eye on those purple flowers because that's where the hidden jewels are. And here is an emblem that you can access with a partner that's not if you're playing multiplayer, but since we're playing single, we'll get it from over here. We can turn around here and aim below the hut to get the emblem. And this area is pretty fun. It's just a bunch of chickens in an island. And sometimes they lay eggs. Oh, Chris just picked one up. But here is a jewel over here. And a vase over there. A jewel over here. A vase over here. And some eggs over here.
Okay.
You can have it.
Roger.
And as we collect those items, sometimes you can see that they've laid eggs, so we can collect them as well if you want to.
You take that.
Okay.
Here's a vase over there. They like to hang out here for some reason, so you can check around here and make sure that they've left eggs for you. And we didn't get lucky this time, but sometimes they lay golden eggs and sometimes they lay brown eggs, which heal you more. So that's secret area number 1. Here's another one up here. This is where we get our rocket launcher. But before that, we can pick up this jewel. Here's a vase here. And we're gonna eat this egg so we can make some space. But up here is the rocket launcher. The rocket launcher is overpowered in this game. You can kill anything in one hit, pretty much. Even bosses. It's the same as in Resident Evil 4. You can kill anything in one hit. But this is the third secret area, and this is where the emblem is. There's a base over there that Chris is destroying. Here, you can shoot some fish. You just have to aim at the ripples of water, and there's 3 fish total. All they do is drop some gold. Not much to them. Here's a jewel over here. Now the fish in Resident Evil 4, actually, you were able to pick them up once you kill them, and you can eat them and use them as healing items, but unfortunately they removed that feature in this game, and all they do is drop gold. And we're done with this map. We're just gonna go over here to use those tablets to open the door to the next area. In this area, here's an emblem over here, and we can snipe a crossbow zombie right here, and then we can kill some crows for fun. There's another 2 over there. And there's a whole bunch of crows again. Right down there. And that's where you get your first Magnum gun, shining over there, right by the corpse of a BSAA agent. Before we approach that, I'm gonna show you all the items here that are noteworthy. Here's some vases. Here's a green herb and a red herb right next to each other. More vases, and up there you can kick these torches down, actually. Which could be useful once we trigger all the zombies to spawn. But it's very hard to aim, so it's a little nice trick to have, but it's not really useful. Here's a red herb, and here's your first stack of Magnum Ammo. I like to collect them because they're very useful in the game. So we're gonna get rid of one of these so that we can pick them up. And this is the map where you first encounter the giant Maginis. Once you hear some howling, it means that they're ready to spawn. So, unfortunately I can't hear it, so I'm not sure if they're spawning right now. But, we're gonna pick up the Magnum. Let's see, we're gonna get rid of this.
I need a herb.
Take this.
Thanks, partner.
Much appreciated.
And once we cross these holes, some zombies will trap me in here. So we're gonna pick up the Magnum really fast.
Sheva, what's going on?
And we're gonna kill them before they hit me. And Chris will try to help you by climbing up to where they are. Once you kill all 4 of them, we can keep going. So once we approach here, or once you trigger that trap that we just went through, all these guys will start showing up. So it's pretty difficult to deal with all these guys at the same time, but these guys are actually pretty easy to deal with because they stun pretty easily. And these physical attacks are actually invincibility frames that we can use. So, and it resets their attacking sequence. So it's very, very useful to use physical attacks in this game. Or when you're picking up items, it actually is resets your. They behave like you disappear from the game, if that makes any sense. So their sequence resets. So they start just standing there as if you just spawned in the map. It's kind of hard to explain, but. Oh, and those throwing weapons that they throw, you can deflect it like I just did. Same with these exploding arrows. You can hit it before they hit you so that you can deflect them. It is hard to do, but it is doable. And these giant Maginis drop all these jewels that you can pick up. And over here, these 2 vases, the one on the left always drops Magnum Ammo, so make sure to pick that up. And over here, there's some money that tried to entice you to get it. And Chris did it for us, but he did it really fast, so he didn't get hit by those traps. But be careful. If you stand too long on them, then you can get hit by them. Now, over here, we'll have to ask Chris to crank the bridge up for us over here. And before we go over there, we can pick up this jewel over here. And then we can go to the bridge, so we can open that door for him, so we can reunite. Before we do that, these vases, they always have snake in them. So you can pick up some eggs if you would like. Here's a vase hidden over here. And we can open the door for him. Here's an herb. We're gonna have Chris pick it up for us. And here's some rifle ammo. And here's some stack of gold. There's a vase over there. There's a vase over here as well. And down through this cave is a treasure. And that's pretty much it for this map. You can break those vases and you can move on. I think I'm going to stop here for this segment. Thank you for watching. I will be posting the next segment on the same style. Hope you enjoyed and hope it was helpful. Thank you.